What's going down, folks? It's your boy C23 back on the sticks once again with another video for you guys. And as you can see, we are diving into some NCAA 14 football. I've gotten your requests, folks. You guys have hit me up on Twitter. I've gotten messages on videos. I get it. You guys want the series to continue. So guess what? That's what we're doing here. So we're going to pick things up here in week 9. We had a pretty tough win against Clemson in week 8. We just barely pulled that one out. So hopefully this one will be a little bit different. And if you're looking at it on paper, it really should be, because this team that we're playing today is not even ranked. So we're going up against an unranked NC State team. And I know the matchup's probably not going to grab any headlines, but hey, it's what's next on the schedule. So that's what we're doing. Getting into the gameplay, we're coming out on defense here on the first drive. They come out and try to run it, but we're right there to shut that down for no gain, bringing up a 2nd and 10. Now they come out in a pistol, 3 wide. I'm expecting another run here, so I'm sending the blitz, and of course they hand the ball off, and we're right there to shut that play down in the backfield. So looking at a 3rd and 10 situation, again, they come out in a pistol. He's looking downfield, he's scrambling, and the pocket collapses on the QB. The DBs did their job downfield, locking up the wide receivers, making the QB start to panic a little bit, and once he did, we were right there in position for the sack. Nice play by the DN. So on my first offensive drive, I want to see if we can get something going through the air. So my first pass, I come out and connect with Rudolph for an 11-yard pickup. On my next play, I come out and I dump it off to my back. I was looking downfield, but I didn't see anything there, and I had to get rid of the ball. So on 2nd and 5, once again, I'm coming out looking to dot him up and hit Rudolph once again over the middle for a nice 6-yard pickup, picking up a first down. So now it's time to ease off the passes a little bit and let Cook get a little bit of work. I know he's been back in the backfield waiting on me to hand him the rock, so that's exactly what our game plan is. On 2nd and 2, I hand it off to Cook again, but he runs right into the D lineman, but not before he picks up the first down on the play. So now I'm thinking, let's go back to the air. I come out and go play action, and Golson has all kinds of green grass in front of him, so he takes off the play action, scrambles down to about the 2-yard line before he's tackled, and I probably could have scored on that play if I didn't hold on for that 1 second looking downfield trying to make a pass. That probably held me up a little bit, but we'll take it because that sets us up for an easy run by Cook, and we're putting 7 up on the board. Now, how does the offense respond? On their very first possession after we score, they go play action, looking downfield, and they throw it right to me. I don't know what the QB saw right there, but hey, we're not asking any questions. We'll take it. If they just want to pass it to my DBs, we'll take it every single time. So after the pick, that sets us up with great field position. I come out in the shotgun and throw a dart once again to Rudolph, and he's having a pretty solid game. He seems to get chunks of yardage just about every single catch. So that sets us up on 1st and goal, and I hit Campbell wide open after the slant for another score. And if we're able to come out on defense and get another stop, this thing could get ugly. I'm just saying. So the defense has been all right so far, but I have been known to get a little relaxed once I get a lead, and that usually lets my opponent get back into things, or at least make a couple of big plays. So hopefully we can avoid that in this one, but it looks like the QB's starting to get in rhythm as he connects with his tight end on the sideline, picking up a first on the play and keeping the drive alive. Later in the possession on 2nd and 3, they go play action, and again, they have a wide open receiver right in the middle of my zone. So my D coordinator must have chewed out the D line, because look what happens on this very next play. The D line crashes home, causing the sack, and we get a 4-yard loss on the play. Bringing up a 2nd and 14, I decide to send the blitz again, expecting to run, and sure enough, they run the ball, and we're right there to stuff that in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. So now that brings up 3rd and 17, and you guys know there's no way that we can afford to give up a 3rd and 17 right now. So we got to come out and play sound defense. They dial up the screenplay, but we're right there, and we shut the play down before it gets anywhere. So they're forced to settle for 3, and that drive really had a little bit of momentum. They could have gotten 7 on that drive if a couple of things would have happened differently. But anyway, on the kickoff return, Wilson is back there. He takes it at the 1-yard line, and he gets a great block at the 20 and has nothing but green grass down the sideline, but does not have enough speed to outrun the last guy. But the great return sets us up in perfect field position. So I come out and go play action yet again, looking downfield, trying to make a play. I don't know how that pass was completed. There was coverage all over the place, but my tight end makes the play, and we end up moving the chains. Bringing up a 1st and goal. Of course, I'm looking downfield and fire a pass in for a touchdown to Maven Saunders. And that TD pads the cushion just a little bit, so we can come out now and be a little bit more conservative. We don't have to be aggressive and take too many shots down the field anymore. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, we don't have to do anything flashy. We don't have to change up our game plan. Just keep playing sound and solid defense and keeping everything in front of us. Don't give them anything easy. Just like that play where the QB thought he had a lane to take off and run, but we were right there to shut that down. So brings up a 3rd and 4 situation. Once again, he tries to run, but he's engulfed by defenders, and they've got a punt. Now, I know I said that we can come out and be conservative now, but I decided to come out and still be aggressive, taking a deep shot, dropping it right in the bucket to Wilson, who still makes some yards after the catch. And that was a pretty accurate pass from a QB who's had his struggles with accuracy this season. He's kind of been hit or miss, but if he keeps dotting them up like that, you never know, you might have to put this guy in the Heisman conversation. But anyways, the long pass sets up an easy touchdown run by Cook. He really could have just walked in on the play. It looks like the NC State defense is kind of packing it in. They didn't want any part of Cook on that play. So moving things ahead to the 4th, I make a terrible read and throw a bullet pass right to the defensive back. The plan was to lead my wide receiver downfield and lob it to him, but for some reason I threw a bullet pass and they get the ball back. But the clock is winding down a little bit in the 4th quarter, so there's not too much time for them to do much with it. Even though they're in the red zone with it this trip, they would still need a couple scores after the fact to try to pull this one out, and that's not happening. But my defense does cave in here a little bit toward the end of the game. We give up a nice pass right there to the wideout, and they're set up pretty much at the goal line, so all they're going to do now is come out and run the ball, and they punch it in for 7. So as much as I wanted to hold them to field goals all game, they end up putting 7 on the board. But it doesn't really matter though, because we still get the W in this one. Your final score is 31-19, and we came out and dominated in this one. Yeah, there's a little bit of garbage play at the end of the game, and I'm going to spare you guys from. But through 3.5 quarters, it was a pretty solid effort across the board, I'd say. But anyways, folks, that's all the time I got in this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm signing out, and I'll see you in the next one.